Welcome to another Howls and Growls post-game breakdown. Today we're talking about more defense, and I hope this is not getting boring. Please let me know if it is, but I do think that Nickeil Alexander-Walker's defense was so incredibly fun to watch against the Utah Jazz that it was worth a breakdown. Of course, this was a bit of an underwhelming night thanks to injuries to Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Lauri Markkanen, and Jordan Clarkson. But great defense is great defense, and that's exactly what Alexander Walker has provided all season, and especially in this game. He was the star of the show, and he was the fire starter, and his impact on the defensive end doesn't get the plaudits it deserves because of bigger name defenders like McDaniels and of course Rudy Gobert. Right away you're seeing what I think are Alexander Walker's two key strengths defensively, his speed and his ability to get around screens consistently. If his man is a few feet from the 3-point line, he's zipping under this screen and trusting that he can use his speed to get back in front. This screen is lower, so he's going to go over it with his strength. He stays connected through all of that. Keyonte George gets a decent look, but he's still contesting and forcing that miss. Being able to throw a guy like Alexander Walker at the main point of attack threat and having him hound them from the very beginnings of the game is just a perfect way to set the tone. And here we go again with this screen navigation. He's picking up full court here, and look how he swings this leg across the screen when it comes. That forces the screener to put a little bit of extra effort into the pick, and it draws an offensive foul. He drew 4 of those offensive fouls in this game alone. A lot of on-ball defense, especially for Minnesota, is forcing the ball handler into the big men. Here he's got Naz Reid and Rudy Gobert on this side, so he's forcing George middle. When George obliges, Reid is there to provide help, and that allows Alexander Walker to get back in front. Eventually they do test Alexander Walker again, and now you've got him doing that same leg thing that we saw before. They switch the next screen, and now you see Minnesota's defense in perfect rotation. Gobert covers the rim, Naz Reid helps the helper, and Alexander Walker rotates to John Collins, bottles him up on the drive, and then the Wolves force a 24-second violation. I'll let that play through one more time and you can really see how important that ball pressure is to team defense. Because he can breeze through screens, Alexander Walker is helping both of his big men defend a spread floor without having to over-assert themselves. It's a machine, all of it working in unison. So now we flick over to a sideline out of bounds possession and he's in Utah's head at this point. They rush this handoff. Instead of trying to get skinny through the action, Alexander Walker just whips his hand out to break it up. He gets the steal and he's going down the other end for an easy bucket. Again, it's all about making the job easier for your rim protectors. He stays in front here and that allows Gobert to easily make this rotation. Then when Gobert sprints out to the 3-point line and gets beaten, he's going to come and help him out by rotating into the middle here. Then he's getting back to George and giving his bigs enough time to recover and block that shot. Now it's a sidelines out of bounds play again, and it's screen navigation and head on a swivel time. Let's count the screens he gets through here. There's the first, then he's sprinting up top and ducking under this screen. Then when the ball is inbounded, he's coming back that same way, but this time he's going to go over the ball screen instead of under it. And now his head is on a swivel. It's a nice little cut and backdoor pass here, but he's alert to it. He gets a hand in to break up the play initially, and then he pins that shot at the rim. It's really insane defending. It's easy to write this one off as just the Utah Jazz being injured and generally pretty bad even at full strength this season, but there still aren't a lot of players who can consistently string together possession after possession of elite defense against any team the way Alexander Walker did in this game. Even something that on the surface seems as simple as this isn't normal. Again, it's a little handoff kind of action. It's lazy from Utah, but it's more head on a swivel stuff from Alexander Walker. His back is turned, but he's reaching out and picking that pass off and turning it into instant offense at the other end. And now we're back to screen navigation mode. Watch the way he jumps out to avoid this screen, lands light on his feet, and then does the same thing again when the second ball screen comes his way. That forces the pass out, things get sloppy from Utah again, and he's turning that defense into his own offense again at the other end. Minnesota haven't always been a stellar offense this season, but they have been an elite defense. And sometimes the best offense they can have is actually their great defense. You can't get lazy around Alexander Walker or many other Timberwolves players. Once again, Utah aren't aware of his incessant want to get the ball, and he's swiping this one away and getting more easy fast break points. We could have been here for another 20 minutes breaking down all the other stuff Nickeil Alexander-Walker did in this game on the defensive end, whether it was drawing those charges, breezing through screens, making smart rotations, or just hounding the ball like his life depended on it. This was really one of the better individual defensive performances of the season by any player. And it was another win for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They improved to 14-4, best team in the West, and a whole lot of fun to watch. Thanks again for watching Hows and Grows. Please subscribe for more.